Right, hello, hello. Hope everybody's doing okay. Looks like Carol's got her ticket in for the day already. All right, so we'll see how many times I clear. I feel like this should be a drinking game today. Every time Brian clears his throat, you drink. Um, Probably not safe. Probably not safe for everybody. Um, but yeah, so fun. I hate allergies. Saying it right now. Hate them. Anyway, markets are starting to level back out again. Now after we have the news. Next thing we have popping up is we have a 10 and a 1030 day. We have CAD raising their interest rate, expected to go 0.5, which should be kind of interesting. Kind of the first biggie, right? First major country to go 0.5, I believe. Um, and then obviously crude oil. Uh, yeah, coffee. Yeah, doing the coffee. Yeah, it doesn't help though. But it's like, oh, I don't know what it is. My voice actually held up better at the cross practice last night than I thought. Although I'm supposed to have a game tonight, I'm kind of like, I mean, it is like 80 outside. I'm kind of like, maybe I'll try my game tonight. It's spring break, so like a lot of people are missing. I'm like, I feel like I'm obligated to go. Oh, see. And the boys, yeah, it's spring break for the boys, so they're home, so it's already crazy. They actually have I guess, an interview at a private school this morning. Um, their mom has kind of had it with the public school, so I'm like, all right, we can go interview. We'll go see. So, and I have two of my lacrosse players that go to that school, so they're all jacked about them coming in today. So, I'm getting, the boys of I'm cool with public school, but mom is having some issues with what's going on. Actually, it hasn't been the best experience, so there's that. Anyway, all right. So 10:30, I think will be interesting. This API report is absolutely hysterical, right? That you know, 7.75 is an absolutely enormous surplus. Um, yeah, 2 weeks in a row, enormous surplus. So yeah, um, I'd love for my gas to come back down, but it's not quite happening. Employment change tonight. So I think this Aussie number tonight is going to give us a very interesting setup. Um, this we can't blame COVID lockdown for China's surprise import contraction. Um, I I wouldn't. I don't blame COVID on it because they can get the ships out. They just can't get them back in again. I can tell you what we can blame. Hold on, I gotta know. I gotta know. Yeah, exports are growing, but imports are not. I wonder why. Pretty easy. It's quite the opposite is true. Are offloaded first before export can be shipped overseas. Yeah. So this is an easy answer. Yeah, that's an easy answer. Kind of funny. Anyway, I like the Aussie news tonight. I think the Aussie news tonight would be pretty good. Japan, obviously, screaming, right? Everything they possibly can to be like, no, no, weekend, we're weekend. Um, and I think a lot of this comes on the fact that with China obviously weakening, um, Japan is trying to make sure that everybody knows that they are the weak currency. They're aggressively keeping themselves weak, and they're going to be like that for a long time into the future, right? Because again, what they're looking at right now is China basically doing these lockdowns and easing of their monetary policy, and trying to take, I would say almost a playbook, being like the new export nation, right? So instead of saying made in Japan, everything will say made in China, and obviously that hurts Japan a lot. Um, so again, I think they're more motivated to keep this low. Um, yeah, but that's been the big scream. Not that a lot of the yen pairs are going crazy. I mean, pound yen is only up 35, right? It was retracing a bit back, right? And then we're seeing that kind of the same, we're seeing the same movement with all the yen pairs. It kind of really didn't do much on that news. At this point, I think pretty much everybody gets it that it is weak. So yeah, it is weak. Tomorrow, some big deals. We have the monetary policy in the monetary policy statement in the euro. Not expected to change. I don't think it'll change. Um, but um, I do think we get some language of a potential raise. Um, not obviously tomorrow, but the next time. I think they potentially look at maybe like a 0.25 raise. Um, we know inflation in Germany is starting to get really, really, really crazy. So I think we get something. I think there's something out there. What it is, I don't know. I really don't. But I think we do get something. So yeah. Um, Yeah, I'm trying to think what else they would potentially say. I mean, obviously, Putin says now that they're going to, at this point, they're just going to, go to full completion of whatever their original mission was in the Ukraine. Um, but I'm trying to think what. I don't think they can use that anymore. I don't know. All I'm saying is I think if we can get in at 745 into a position long anything euro, and again, everything would be long euro because it's always the first pair. Um, again, that's the Napoleon syndrome with the euro. I think we go to. I think we look to go long. So I think that's a pretty decent setup for tomorrow at 7:45. 8:30 tomorrow morning again with retail sales numbers. All expected to be good. And again, another reason why you know why can't we? Why are we not doing a point five? Um, so yeah, I think again retail sales should be an interesting number tomorrow morning as well. And then Messer speaking at a workforce development. It's not going to be a big thing. We'll see. Um, but actually, where is it? China. There's another one where I saw it. I can't find it now. And Uncle Elon is getting into some trouble. Um, I think that this is like a complete joke. I think it's ridiculous. The comments are pretty funny too. If you want to read some of the comments, um, they're pissed off that again, my math. I'm not the smartest individual in the world, but Musk, they're accusing him, right, of violating a regulatory deadline to reveal that he has accumulated a stake of at least 5%. Instead, according to the complaint, Musk didn't close his position on Twitter until he'd almost doubled his stake. Right. So I don't know. I feel like it should be 10, not 9. And if he bought two purchases over 2 days, do I care? Like by the time it got processed and everything, so what? And it alleges that it hurt less wealthy investors who sold shares. Okay. Um, so what? If he had done it in two purchases over 2 days or did it in one purchase in one day, those same investors would have sold and had no idea what was happening. Um, Yeah, I mean that's the market. Like some of the rules down here, I'm not going to repeat it, but go look at the things. It's pretty funny. Um, but Uncle Elon, and it's funny they're busting him on this one. But like, how much did he manipulate the crypto market? I mean, like on a daily basis, he manipulated the crypto market for how many months, right? Um, yeah, kind of funny. Kind of funny. I just, it's pretty hysterical. Also, I thought this was an interesting headline as well. Not that it really plays into anything trading today, but the BOJ says they won't issue digital currency to achieve negative rates. Um, eh, it's unlikely that such motivation will be supported by the general public. Furthermore, the referendum functionality, whatever. They'll be the last ones to do it. Again, like I said, anything they possibly can to keep the yen weak is what their policy is right now. Pretty interesting though that like your entire job is okay. How do I make our currency as messed up as possible? That's kind of where it's at, right? With the yen. So let's go over looking the charts. Looks like VIX is up a little bit, holding again. I'm a little bit delayed, so maybe it's already tanked a little bit. All the indices are in the green right now, which is kind of interesting with the fact that the PPI was so high. Um, Kind of funny. It's almost like, hey, listen, the data doesn't matter because they're not going to do anything, right? Now, a lot of this may be, the market's trying to get short. Um, when everybody's trying to short, the markets will rise. It's just a natural process. Dollar, obviously, the dollar is nicely up there. Again, we're pulled back a little bit right now, and again, this is probably more the opening people trying to buy, hence why it's dropping. But we're over 100 right now on the dollar index, so you know everybody knows what's coming, right? Um, yeah, it has popped a little bit. It's probably more short than anything else. But all right, so let's start with currencies and we'll go with Aussie. So Aussie continuing to deteriorate. We talk about profit targets down here at 73.87. You can see from yesterday we had two different entries that we were able to get into it. Right now, I would like to see this continue to go lower. Reason why is because of this release right here. This is the unemployment. I mean, it's been getting beat up so much. I'm looking for price to be really doing something around news. Now, I like that we're in close proximity. I like that it's pulling back. It's got about on the deep side about 40 more pips to move today. Okay. If we can grind down to this level, I think this is a decent opportunity for later on tonight for that news release. This is about a 14 pip zone, which is probably a little thick. But you can see if price comes down to this level, this is what we've seen in the past. It was a nice turn, right? Kind of a decent pullback, but nice burst out of it. Barely breached it and popped, barely breached it and popped, and then came to here. So bring it across that level, which happens to be, and again, we're hitting the target now, so I'll steal the price tag, 73.75. Kind of looking for that as the next kind of pop area. Hoping we can grind down there, but if not, again, any type of basing level or any type of small pullback on a lower time frame tonight for this news, again, this is going to be a long opportunity. I don't know where it's going to end up. Ideally, it'd be down here. I'd be all for that. But I think this is probably worth maybe like a 30 pip increase at news time tonight. And you may say, well, why is that? I do think, again, Australia's slightly behind. The China stuff matters a little bit. But again, the exports to China is good. The imports hurts Aussie a little bit. But if this continues to dwindle down, they're going to have to do something. I'm not saying like a 1% raise, but I think there's something coming. It's not monetary policy, but anything positive. It's been beat up so much by the dollar today. I think it's due for a bit of a reversal. Not a long-term trend trains, but definitely something for news. So keep that on your radar. Again, 73.75. Watch for a pop there. Aussie yen is also another one you can say right now. Like, wait a second. The Aussie is the yen is weak. What the heck is going on here? You're right. It is weak, but everybody knows it's already weak and it's continuing to drop. Now, interestingly enough, it did slice through the 50 with no problem. We had a little area marked off here, and you can see that it really did a bit of a basing in there. It had a bit of a hard time. I like this one as well, and if you want to mark this one, oh, still hate my allergies. If you wanted to mark where the news is on this, also kind of the same stance. Now we've hit 78.6, so I'm totally good pulling this one off right now. I don't care about it anymore. Looking for kind of pullbacks in the other direction. Right now, the 50 is not in an area that I'm worried about. We're going to extend this profit target across. Obviously, we still like this zone right here. There. So it looks like downward target is 92. That's too much space for it to overcome. Yeah, it's 60 pips. I doubt we're going to get 60 pips today for the rest of today. Let's pull. So we just bounced off 61.8 at a confirmed level right here. I'm wondering if this is where we could trade news from later tonight. It's not a bad level. It's about 6 pips. How far does it need to move? 26. 36. We need a little bit of help. We would need this one to kind of slow and start to stall over there. I wish there was a zone right in here. There's not. There's not, but I wish we could find one in here. We'll see if we get another zone out of this, but I think it's kind of the same thinking. Being able to get, long before tonight's news, I think would be not bad. Again, right now this is nothing but yen strength. It's also weakness too, but there's also yen strength coming into it because of the comments. You may say that's the exact opposite. Yes, I know the market already knows that they're weak, and that's why it's again it's been beat up so much, and it's like, yep, you're confirming what we already know. So I think that does reverse. The weakness does come in, which should help this rise as well as good potential data. Also helps us rise. I think getting along the Aussie yen tonight before news, and again, you guys can see it on the chart. It's right here at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think it provides a good trading opportunity. So watch out for that one. And again, if you want to set and forget something, you can. Um, like I said, there's only one zone, and it's not my favorite zone in here for this type of pullback. Now, if you're looking to kind of continue this trend to get down there, there could be a case made right here, right? That there is another zone to get short. Again, it's trying to pull back, but if you're looking to continue this trend to the downside, there is a 23.6 and an area of supply right at 93.25. Um, if we can get a little bit more of a push, that could be a decent spot to continue the trend to the downside for the rest of the day. And again, this may be at 10:30, maybe lunchtime, if we can get a pull back up. But that would be where you look to, continue this trend to the downside. Would be that 23.6. Euro pound. So interestingly enough, we were looking for a bounce down. It kind of turned and just stabilized. It did continue to push lower. We drew this all the way down, and it's funny that it came back and actually grabbed the sellers here, right? It was not a 50% retracement. Again, we were trying to forecast this one popping down and coming back up to grab it. It just stabilized, but it did came back up. It did grab that zone, and it still continued to push lower. Again, I think we still show caution with the 83.13 and the 83.04 levels. Their market's got about 2 hours to go. Is there going to be major movement over here? Probably not, but I think this 7:45 tomorrow morning, this monetary policy statement, is setting us up more for long tomorrow. I do think they are. I don't think they're going to raise, but I do think they're going to talk about raising next time or an aggressive schedule to raise, which the market should help. The market should start preparing for that change. That's also going to provide some opportunity, and that would be 7:30 tomorrow morning, which would be right here. Right now, can we maintain and hold that? Probably. I'm sure we take a little bit of a bounce in here, but I'd like to figure out. I'd like to be able to maintain a long for that tomorrow morning. Again, 7:30 is when you probably want to enter that trade. I don't see any other major shifts from now till then. But like I said, I was looking for that push down to 803.04 and then a push back up again. Ideally, I'd still. I mean, if we could get to 83.04, right? If we get to 83.04 for this, that would be awesome. I mean, if we could push over to here, I think that would be the ideal scenario. That would mean, let's see, it's only about 20 pips. That means we're going to have a pretty stagnant next 20, next what, 23 hours, 22 hours. So we may have to find a new zone, but if we do pop, either of these two could be potential pops. If we take a little bit of a pop and then drive down again, um, couple scenarios, right? We could do a little bit of a pop off this level here, and then European session tomorrow at 3, go straight down, right? Drives it into that level beforehand. I think either that. I mean, it could literally look like this, right? It literally could look like this, right? Something along those lines, right? It may just do this, right? But what we're looking for is this. This is the money shot right here, right? We want that to be down there at 7:30 tomorrow morning for that release. Looking for this to go long. Okay. Today though, it looks like it wants to continue to grind down, kind of as it should. Euro again. Okay, I drew this one pretty much almost to the T. I missed it by a little bit, and we were talking about bouncing off different levels to 35.43. I missed the bottom side here by 9 pips, and we talked about it coming back up and grabbing these. And again, this was roughly drawn. The zone's actually here, there. Actually, I guess in reality, the zone is right here, right? There's your confirmation. Boom, boom, boom. 3 times it touched. Did go through the top a little bit, but again, kind of drew it yesterday. We were sitting right here yesterday, so I got pretty close, right? I missed the 2 o'clock turn by a little bit. Missed it by an hour. I missed the top by 30 minutes, right? Or at least touching the zone by about 30 minutes. I missed the top by about an hour and a half. And it's still rolling. So doing pretty well in this one. Like I said, with the yen kind of continuing to pull back down again, I do think we, kind of the same scenario with the euro pound. Look for this one to go long. Couple different areas we can go long from. I would say probably the 135.43, the same buyers that are down here. Depending on where it's going to be, I think either of these zones could be potential, booms. We'll mark this off as well, right here. Yep. Right. Like I said, I don't expect anything to change, but I think either of these two could be decent long opportunities, and we'll see. We'll see what the stabilization does. On kind of an intraday basis, let's see. Yeah, it's flirting. It's trying to break through the 61s right now. So yeah, we're seeing it. I don't need this one because we haven't pushed all the way down there yet. Right. But right now, this is what it's doing. Right. It's trying to break through the 61s. 50s didn't hold at all. 50s blew through. Actually, the 61s actually blew through the level. Most likely hasn't stopped everybody out yet, but pretty close. But we'll see as it continues to push lower. So again, like to get long this one tomorrow morning, maybe even the overnight if we get it, if we can push down a little bit lower. But kind of same thinking. Ideally, if I had my choice, we'd be down at 135.43. It is only a move of about 70, so it needs to kind of continue this trend to the downside. This earlier one that was formed, it's about 50 pips, right? On a 4 hour, this has an ATR of about 45, so it can hit it in the next 4 hours technically. So we have plenty of time for that one to get down to where it needs to go. Okay. Euro dollar. Obviously justified euro dollar. You can see here there was the nice little spike yesterday at 9. Huge explosion up, parabolic retracement move all the way back down again. We're shooting for 108. We got close, right? We got close, right? We know that this is a big area of buyers here, and you can see, I mean, here's where we talked about buyers coming in, and it hit it. You can see it's just chopping back and forth. It's trying to break through. It's getting lower, so they should be there pretty soon. Going up to a 4 hour in this one. Problem with this one is it's been such a long time. This is what we're dealing with right now on 4 hour time frames, right? Nothing really clean. It's just quick stabs, right? Quick stabs down there. Problem with this one is I don't really love any of these bottoms down here. 108 is going to be psychological. We know we have some buying on going over here at 107.54. I just don't love a lot of, to be able to call a reversal on this one, I don't have a lot in here that I like. Right now, again, let's see where we could join into this trend at. You can see the 23.6 has been pretty big, but we've hit it a few times, right? Hit it here, hit it here, hit it here. And again, the zone was actually a little higher. Trying to see. How far is that? I wonder if we can get down. It's about 50 pips. Reason why I'm drawing it down to here, and again, I'm kind of using it to forecast where moves would be into the future. It's kind of like I don't want to say more advanced because I don't want to make it seem like I have some secret special sauce that's nobody could ever possibly know. You know, 5 payments of 4.99, right? But I will say there's definitely something going on here. And for that to line up with a 50, so we get two different strategies confirming, it brings it all the way down here to 107.70. So, you know, is there anything at 107.70? Oops, did I just move that? Yeah. I can't even go back on this one. I have to go back down to, can I see it on 2 hour? Yeah. 107.70. Yeah, it's these buyers here. So there is something there. There is something going on at 107.70. Okay. Which just happens to coincide with, sorry, I missed it by a little bit. Which that's what brings this in line with the 50. And again, could it be a little bit higher? Sure. Anywhere in here kind of puts us in that same range. So, again, kind of forecasting. We need to drop a little bit. I want to see what it does at 108. I think today, though, we can get it to break through 108. It's only 17 pips if you're not already in. It's a little bit too late at this point. But again, if you don't want to use it to forecast, this is kind of where it has been really kind of the continuation, right? It's been the continuation. And again, the 3 o'clock is funny. The 3 o'clock was here. 3 o'clock was actually a long trade off of that open. I don't know. I didn't take this one. I was asleep this morning. Thank God. 1 to 3 is right there. So it did. There you go. There's your opening print. Your 30-minute pullback, opening print, and it did actually go through the top. So again, it was a 1 to 3 base morning. I didn't catch that one. Again, like I said, I was asleep. But again, any of you UK session openers, there you go. Yeah. So pound yen. We got a one position at 126.62 if we get back. We're looking for it. You're seeing a bit of a pullback now. We have some yen kind of play coming in. Did that right? That's probably a 50%, right? Yeah. I actually like how this is kind of stuck behind the 61.8, and we do have a confirmation and a heart. You just push off of it. I'd say I'd be looking for a level there. Let's top this one out up top as well. Um, 530. Yeah, look at this 530 reversal. Yeah, nice 530 reversal. Hmm. Almost made it to the 50. Kind of a little trick play in there. I'd actually watch out for a short there. Not that I think the yen is necessarily, you know, we're getting some profit taking now. What's the pound have tomorrow? Let's see. Credit conditions. Look at all this. All the CPI data was great. Man, all we got is credit conditions. Hmm. I was looking for more of a catalyst on this one. Ah. I want to say it's definitely high. It's definitely in an extreme range. Question is, can the yen say anything else to make this any weaker, and can we get a new high? I'd really like to see what it does at this level. Now, it did spend a decent amount of time in here. So it does have kind of the things that we're looking for. We do like the fact that the wicks are going lower, 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 showing us that we have some supply buildup in there. But it did spend a lot in there, and it finally just gave up and just dropped through. It didn't even pull back. It just went all the way back down, really to the origin of the move. Again, the origin of this last move was right here. So again, parabolic retracement all the way back down again. And it's funny, it like literally turned right on a dime. It went just past that the big push. Kind of what I'm thinking on this one. And looking at this again, I don't think the yen is. I don't think the yen fundamentally is in a great place. I think they're going to try to do everything they can to weaken it, but I do feel that the UK is going to get a little bit more power. 325, 3.25 raises, and your inflation is still continuing to grind higher. They're going to have to do another one at least, maybe even a point 0.5 to kind of try to put a halt to it. Be like, listen, we just got to slow down. We know that it's high right now. We got to slow it down, right? Um, Kind of looking at something along these lines, right? A breakthrough. And again, if you guys understand the Harry Potter trades, this would be a confirmation breakout, right? Like basically a momentum continuation based trade, breaking through 164.08, coming all the way up top to kind of what 164.40 um, would be kind of what I was looking for in that one. It's a decent runner, right? And again, it would need that confirmation pattern going through. The risk on it is a little bit. It's not bad. It's only 11, so it's not that much for this pair. But we need some type of a confirmation through. So it's you know, we could throw an alert on here. Change it to green because it's a long alert, and add this and talk about you know, HP long confirm, right? So again, not a bad position. I think overall, I think it is justified to go higher, but I think everybody's so tired of hearing about the yen being weak. And again, that's why we had the big sell off because they heard that news and it was like, oh, that's it, go long, and they all got stopped out. So pound dollar, pound dollar is nothing but chop at this point. So we've been talking about this one dropping, 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 but holy crap, this has been strong pound versus strong dollar. Again, no entry here, no entry here. Not really an entry here either. And again, this one popped in and immediately popped back up. It's like, my God, this has just been crazy. So I removed the Harry Potter on that one because we've just chopped back and forth. We just can't get out of the way. This zone right here, 130 is just too strong, right? Um, Again, we're at 130,008 right now. It is just too strong. Um, yeah, we'll remove this right now. It's not a trending stock or it's not a trending asset right now. Um, all the strength we've seen in the dollar, this one is just maintaining. So it's literally the two strong Rams banging heads against each other. I've mentioned this in the past. When you have strong, strong, it's not the ideal opportunity. You want strong, weak. In lacrosse, we talk about big little matchups all the time. Um, you know, I think this one has a lot less opportunity in it right now. What's its 24-hour pip chains? Yeah, minus 36. But oops, has it really moved? Not really much, right? It's kind of up, kind of down, kind of up, kind of down. So the opportunity is just not there. It's not in a trend at all right now. Everything is considered sideways biased. So not really, not anything that we're looking for, right? You guys are looking for trending stocks with good tops and bottoms, and this one unfortunately does not have it. Like I said, got the Harry Potter up top. I can remove some of these draws to the downside just to clear this up and speed the chart up a little bit. We're going to leave this on because, again, that was a bottom, 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 top, top, top. So there is something there that we'll watch out for later on in the future. And again, we can remove some of these until we get much, much lower. So we really need kind of a new trend to be put in here. So, yeah, unfortunately, not much we can do with this one, right? We'll extend that across. And again, I'd say, God, the next potential trade is with this one touching 3 times, would be a breakthrough up here, right? Would be a breakthrough 130.60, right? But we need a new trend. We need to get away from 130, unfortunately. Dollar CAD. So look at dollar CADs bouncing around, right? Let's see what they did. All done. Boom. They're official. They're official in at 1%. Look at that. They just jumped ahead. Um, that's good. That's good for the CAD. Again, their banks will start making some money. Um, so again, you saw the initial push down from 930 in preparation for it. This was what 50 pip mover. So again, pretty easy. The fact that it drove up, drove up, drove up. And again, if you look at the candle, let's see. There we go. Can't really help you guys any other way, right? There's your move. There's your basing level. There's your 10 o'clock candle. Actually, let's see. Let's drop it. Actually, I'm on a 5. So um, let's see. There you go. There's your 1 minute. All right, just doing a 5. Short right there. And 1 to 3 is right there. So actually, let's get this right on. I think we're already out. Just FYI. 3.7, 2.9, 3.0. Yeah, it's out. So there's your news trade. Yep. So again, driving dollar. Talked about this one earlier, getting short before the position went out. Again, had you gotten short anywhere in here, here's your base, right? We talk about the stabilization. The stabilization occurred at 9:15, right? A little bit earlier, right? Um, yeah. So again, news trade out. You're done. I think this one continues to push down today. It's basically it's cleared its way all the way down to here anyway. 126.24. Yeah, I think this one comes lower. Yeah, in reality, I think this one has the ability today to kind of push all the way down to this level, right? So, yeah, not too bad, not too bad at all. It's funny. So Melissa transferred money from the Canadian accounts back over to the U.S. accounts, and I was like, the rates. I was like, wait a second, that rate doesn't make sense, and I forgot like how bad the bank transfer rates are, like how much. Like, if you guys want to hear about robbery, look to see what the bank rates are. So, like, this is the worst part about being a currencies trader, right? You look at this like a couple days ago, like, hey, we're at 125. I know exactly what it should be when we transfer money back and forth. And 126, you're like, it's a penny. It's not that much, right? It shouldn't be that much. And then you see the rates that they pay that they give you. They'll tack on like 2 cents or 3 cents either side. It's like 200 pips on both sides of the trade of what the current price is. And like you don't realize how criminal it is for individuals to pass money between one country and another, right? It's unbelievable how much money the bank steals from you, right? Um, yeah, it's so bad. She's like, we got this much. It's like, oh, so I hate switching money back and forth. Um, but anyway, the easy trade setup. You guys should have been in this one short. Like I said, you had a decent top on there on the lower, the 35 and 1. Same trade for everything. Dollar Swiss, kind of doing the same thing. Dollar Swiss is not really, I wouldn't say really trending. Like I said, we still have a Harry Potter we're waiting for right here. We have not gotten an entry, a break of 92.85. Again, you can see that this is that kind of aggressive entry level. We were unable to get back to it again, and we're starting to roll. If I had to say where this one's going, I think it kind of finds some buyers in here. I think it's probably looking for either buyers in here, or currently where it's at right now. This spacing right here, would be surprised if these were the buyers that punched it higher. Not really looking to do much until we get all the way up. I don't think there's a long trade in here. I mean, you're talking about 23 pips. It's not really worth it for me. I think we wait till we get up to one of these two levels, and this was a decent drop. It's been respected twice. I think the conservative entry on this one is the 97, or sorry, 93.72, right? Would be where I'd be looking to get short. If we start the base, kind of do one of these things right ahead of it, you may want to jump into a little bit early. But I think if we get up there, we go ahead and take this low. Service fees. Do you know why the bank president has to physically go to Canada to get your money right? That's a first class ticket. Yeah, right. I, Ernest, I wish that was the case. You know, I wish. Because here's the thing: there's TD Bank in America, and there's TD Bank in Canada. Technically, they are different companies, but they do share bank accounts, right? Um, so you can. It actually, she does get a little bit of an advantage cycling from TDCA to TDUS. So, but to get a credit card in the United States, they will not pull her credit history with her TD credit card in Canada, which is the stupidest thing ever. You move to a new country, you have a zero credit rating, and they can't pull it, even though it's the same bank and it's a credit card from the same bank. But there is a little bit of a discount, at least going from TDUS to TD Canada. I will say though, TDCA kicks the heck out of TDUS's services and everything. It's unbelievable, million times better. Right. Million times better. So if anybody's a TD employee, I apologize, but your Canadian counterparts whoop your butts. It is a racket, Ernest. It is a racket. Not like the maple syrup heist racket, but it is a racket. It is a racket. Um, and if you guys want to have fun, anybody out there is listening. I know we got people on Twitch right now. We got people on ShareVision. There's people on YouTube. Um, if you guys want to, the next time you guys travel and go to an airport, try like how they have the currency booths where you can like transfer currency back and forth. They're 100%. They are the worst thing you could ever do, right? The worst thing. It's like trying to buy like bottled water in the middle of the desert, right, from a cart. Um, Try to take a picture. Walk right up to the counter and try to take a picture of their rates. The people go insane. All right. So the next time you guys try to get on an airplane, you see one of those coin counters. Try to take a picture of the rates and watch the people. It's like the ultimate trigger. They go insane. They'll like throw stuff at you. They'll jump in front of you, like, no, 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 no. They won't let you take pictures of it. You would think that you were like trying to pour water on the Constitution or something like that. It's it's hysterical, right? Especially overseas. They're even worse overseas. But yeah, try to do it in the U.S. Right? They're not big fans. Um, Dollar yen. So dollar yen, you're seeing a pullback. We got really, really close. We're looking for a 50% pullback on this one. I think there's two different areas to watch. One, the break of the 61.8. We talked about this before on one of the other time frames. It pushed in, pushed in, pushed in, and it's really pushing through. I think we have a retracement back down again. This one reversed, and again, supposedly the yen is sinking. Don't buy the yen. The yen is weak. The island's sinking, right? But it was able to get strength. I think this one continues to push lower. Got really, really close, and I do think if this is going to bounce anywhere, I think that a bounce on this one comes in right around 125.60. It's a decent level. You're going to have some help from fib traders. They're like, oh, look at this. I can draw this. It's a 50%. Look at that. Yeah, it's also a demand zone with a strong pop off of it. Again, it's a parabolic retracement, but I think that it has the potential, the way the zone was originally formed, and that was a retest, to also go higher. Okay, so it's not a very big zone. It's rather small, right? Again, we're talking about 11 pips, so pretty tiny. Not a bad place to get in. But it is funny right now. Let's see, what is the dollar doing? Yeah, dollar's gotten pushed back down again. Indices are going up. It's risk on. It's definitely risk on again because the PPI numbers. It's funny, right? Because Bitcoin is back over 40, Ethereum up 1.6, and even Dogecoin back in the green, as well as bonds. Bonds are in the green too. It's like throw money everywhere except the dollar, which is hysterical, right? Throw money everywhere but the dollar, but the PPI number today. It just shows you. It's like, wait a second, inflation is here, and the Fed is like, nah, it's okay, it'll be all right. It's like, has anybody out there seen that movie Zootopia? Right? My daughter loves it. She's almost 4, right? She loves, actually, I can't lie. My wife actually loves Zootopia more than my daughter. That's like her favorite movie of all time. Do you guys remember the llama in there? Right? He has the yoga place. I feel like that's what the Fed's doing right now. It's all right, man. It's only half the expectation. Yeah. Yeah. And meanwhile, the data is like, no, but he's missing. He was murdered. Yeah, he's a nice guy. It's kind of what we're dealing with here. So, yeah, markets are like, idiots. And again, we're seeing in the dollar weekend because it's like, yeah, they're not going to do anything, and everything is on. It looks like, but yeah, I think dollar yen has the ability to kind of find something here and bounce. Let's go over and see oil. We're going to take a pre-look at oil. Funny, there's 7 million extra barrels there that they hadn't accounted for, and oil is holding high. So I think it's pretty decent right now. We're not seeing. Let's see. I'm trying to get every read on this one right now. It already bounced off the 50 once, so we know that. Let's drop it down to a 5 minute, see what we got going on here. This is the level we're looking for. That one's going to make a difference because that's a 23.6 on the larger spectrum. I'm going to put one here to draw that as far as the 50 goes, and then clean that out. Wish it was in a zone there. Let's go down to 1 minute. It's already holding. I have a feeling this is going to say right now that's kind of what I'm feeling, right? I don't like how there's this little zone right here. Watch that be at the 52. It is. It bisects the 50. Right through the middle. Right through the middle. And bam, there we go. I don't know, fellas and ladies. I feel like today is the one that we're going to skip. I don't know that I'm going to draw one on this one. We'll see. We'll check back in a couple minutes on this one and see if we have any movement. But um, in all honesty, I don't like this one as much. I like that it's pulling back now. I mean, hopefully it doesn't pause here. If we can go back, I think this would be a much better place to take a little bit of a long trade from. At least I have more justification here. It's kind of like, I don't love the zone, and it doesn't have a 1 to 3 until it goes all the way up to a target. So I don't know, like the best. It's not the best long right here, but this is going to mess up our streak. The last two we've like nailed like dead on. Um, we'll come back in 3 minutes. We'll check this one out. We'll see. Natural gas back up to 680. Oh, come on. I don't actually need it there. We'll go up to this 30 minute. Go on, natural gas. All right. Yeah, natural gas is stabilizing a bit. Although I will say, natural gas has pulled back to a level. I'd say that this could be our next push forward. Obviously, a bit of a level here. We kind of pushed through it. We'll see if oil has anything to say with it. It may. It may actually affect it a little bit higher, but I will say on this one, let's see. Let me see where our pullback level is. Yeah, just tag the 50. Yeah, I have to say, unless oil really hijacks this one, I feel like this is a level that if we, again, we got a higher low. We got 12 minutes. If we can stabilize here with a higher, this higher low in here and start getting some green, this could be where we finally burst out of 690. Again, I'd still be cautious with it. Let's see. Is there any headlines? Is there peace in the Ukraine? Oh, begins quantitative tightening. Here we go. Um, oh, here you go. Interest rates will need to rise further. Substantial upward revision to inflation outlook. Ooh, they think it's that. Hey, at least you know what? Go BOC. A substantial upward revision to inflation outlook. Right? CPI to average 6% in first half of 2020 remain well above target. Holy crap! It looks like the Canadians are telling the truth. Right? Look at that. The truth coming out of the BOC. Maybe we should borrow some of the BOC and get them into the FED. Right? Um, So yeah, I think this has the potential to go higher. Like I said, I'm still natural gas is still long on my radar. Let's see what we got with gold. Yeah, gold is doing its thing. It's fighting, but I think again, I think finding a position up here, again, it just shows you that the gold market is like, yep, the Fed is completely clueless. The fact that they think that what they have is working is the reason why this is going higher. Are we anywhere close to, you know, the 2000s back up top? Probably not. We're kind of sitting right there right now. Man, there's a battle going on right now. I'd like to see what this does at retail sales tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, we have retail sales. Okay. Retail sales are expected to come in much, much better than they were before. I think retail sales has the ability to, again, be kind of a top for gold. Because, again, if we blow it out for retail sales, again, it's like, you're like, oh, inflation is not bad. We're killing it retail sales. PPI is through the roof. It's double what your expectation is. Canada's up 50, saying, hey, listen, we had to make a substantial, we screwed up. We had to make a substantial revision. These are all the right words, the right terminology. So I'd be looking to, again, find a top. Um, Again, you can tell that this is a huge battle. And again, PPI was huge, and it's like, oh God, what are we gonna do? And it's just stuck. So, um, you know, our, could you be short from this one? I guess, but again, we have too high, too low. I'd really like to see where retail sales comes in tomorrow. Let's mark this off. Retail sales. It's 8:30 tomorrow, right? Yeah, 8:30. So I think this is going to be an important level for gold. See where gold is tomorrow, and we look for some type of a shorting opportunity. Ideally, if we're sitting up here, I just hope that it hasn't moved from here down, right? I'd like it to, I'd really like it to be here to go down. So, but I think tomorrow it's more of a short opportunity. I think today when we finally stabilize out, I think it starts rolling back down again. Again, the Fed is just, they got to do something. Silver having the same thing. Again, look at this: straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, trying to break through the top, and we'll see if it's able to hold or not. I think 10:30 today could be a big reversal in silver as well. Silver's the kind of the same thinking, and it's interesting. China's, again, they're exporting tons, importing none, right? If their economy continues to slow again, I think this will also be kind of a bad thing. But again, we need some Fed help. The Fed's got to, it's got to fess up. It's got to stop Pinocchioing. But again, if we drive up, I think 2605 is a great sell area if we can get that far up. Um, I just don't know if we're going to be able to get there before retail sales tomorrow. That'd be a heck of a rally before retail sales. So we'll see. Let's see what oil is doing. Let's drop it back down to a 1 minute. Oh, it's starting to push. Man, I was really excited when that pushed down. I was like, yeah, go down. I like this one. I like the 50. The 101.40 was good, but I don't like how it's rallying up again. But it is pulling back up though 50%. So maybe, I mean, we got 8 minutes. If we can pull back up in the next two candles and stop here, maybe that gives us the ability to take that short. But again, kind of the same problems with it, right? Um, in, I really just don't like this one as much as I've liked it in previous weeks. Well, there is actually a 1 to 3 sitting there if we can get to that 50. So, uh, I really don't like this one as much. The last couple of weeks, I've been a big fan of it. I liked how it was pushing with this chop all back and forth. And again, the zones are really on top of each other. I don't like this one as much. I don't think it's going to be 7.7. I'm just going to tell you right now. I don't think it comes in as a 7.75. If it's going to be high, it's going to probably, I would say, like a 4.3 or something like that. Maybe like a 5.2. But I don't think 7.7. I think that's way too high. I'll tell you right now, though, if it does come in lower, the sucker spikes. If it comes in at like a 1.5 positive, it comes in at like a 1.1 right where the forecast is. I think this pops. I think the market is prepared for a big number today. So if it pops up this zone, I'm going to be mad because this is not really. I don't love this zone, but looks like it's starting to hold now. 7 minutes to go. Okay, VIX is down. I can go to a 15 minute. Let's do VIX. See if we can get that in before 10:30. Yeah, VIX took a drop right at the open. Again, the news was out. PPI's there. We know they're not going to do much. So let's see what we got. All right, 9:30. We were in a tradable position. Actually, the fib should be there. Yeah, you could have taken this one. Whoops. Right, wasn't at the ideal location, but there was the last confirmed basing and reversal. There's 9:30 is right here. We're holding right at the bottom. So, um, yeah, it's a decent pop. I don't know that this is sustainable for the day. Again, that PPI number is huge. I think I'd be very, very cautious. Again, let's remove some of these. Again, this one pushed down much faster than we expected. I'm actually gonna put a piece here. Let's see. We'll do this one. Put that there. We're gonna move this here. Actually, you know what? I'll just bring this across. It's easier than drawing all the extra lines. Um, like that better. All right, so looks like 44.18. The three's right there. 44.18 looks like it's a magic number. Again, it's hit here a couple times. I mean, like I said, I could draw the zone. I guess technically there would be, maybe it's not. 44.22. And again, taking the high to low from the other day, you can see that the 50 puts us right there. So you're going to have fib traders jumping in on that one to get on board. Again, not a very big risk level, but I'd say right there. 44.21 looks like it'd be the target. And then again, profit taking would occur at basically 144. Basically at 144. Right, 133.99.50 would be where it is. So not a bad little runner. And again, 50% from high to low. It also coincides with just being above the 23.6 on kind of the larger piece. So a couple little pieces there. Basically, look to get short. NQ. All right. Um, NQ did take a bounce too. Yeah, NQ. Unfortunately, we wouldn't. I don't think you would have got entry. You wouldn't have been able to get into it. It did stop and pause, and then again pushed up again. Kind of the same thinking. We're at the 23.6 right now. We are approaching that 10:30 time frame. This is when reversals typically kick in. There is a zone right here, and again, it was confirmed. It was hit, and we're kind of bouncing off of it right now. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. This is an old one. We can take that out. I don't need this. We don't need this. Let's pull that. This one we're going to keep. Um, Actually, let's do a draw from high to low and see if we have some help. We do. We have some 50% traders coming into the market as well. If we draw fibs from the high on the 12th down to the low, you're going to have some people kicking into the same zone. And again, this one kind of has a couple things for it, right? You got your 10:30 reversal. You have a supply zone. It is confirmed one time. And your last high to low fib draw, it is sitting right at the 50%, snuggled in right between the 61.8. So kind of three reasons to kind of look for that one. We'll see. Like I said, if you get stopped out on it, again, that's what happens, right? That's trading. There's always risk involved with it, but there are a couple reasons why to take it, and if it fails, it fails. It's not the end of the world. I mean that one target is 44.20. Oh, the other one, yeah, 44.20.25. Uh, you're long right here. You're long from here. Yeah, this one. I mean, you could have got in at 9:15. Like 9:15 is when that one kicked. The 9:30 probably would have missed depending on your broker. But I mean, if you're in, you're in. That's all that matters. But yeah, yeah, I think your target's in a good spot, right? Your target would be, you said what, 44.20.25, right there, totally fine. Again, conservative target should be here, right? Conservative target should be there where the explosion happens, which would be 44.18.25. But again, all within the same range. You're talking about 1 or 2 points difference. So, it's the 23 of my draw, just below the halfway back. Yeah, gotcha. All right. Let's go see oil if oil's done anything yet. Oil's putting up a valiant fight. It's trying. So it looks like it's not going to get up to that zone for entry. Yeah, I just don't like the way this one looks. I mean, it's trying. It's trying to find buyers, find buyers, find buyers, find buyers. It probably pops through. I would expect this one. It pops right when it comes out, the way that it looks. But again, no stabilization. So the rules of the strategy are we're supposed to have it's stopping. Um, Even if I try to shrink this, there's no pause in here. There's no stop. So it doesn't qualify for the strategy this week. And again, look at this, 4 hits to the downside. It's really not really stabilized. I mean, if it pops to here, great, but I don't really love this one either way. I was really looking for top or bottom. I was really looking for here, right? 101.46, and I there could have been a case made at 102.14. So we'll see how it turns out. But I'd expect the way that it's looking right now, a minute before, it'll spike a bit, but I don't think it's going to be the 7.7. I don't think this one is low. Go to 15. It's like, wait, why is the candles all over the place? Yeah, it looks like you could have got into this one as well. Yeah, it would have been close, right? Right there. This was a touch at 9, so 9:15 kind of pulled back at 9:30. Again, this is a long position in. I still think we look for the break of the 34,000. I think that's going to be a big psychological level in. So I'm good with that one. So again, this is another one you guys could have got long in, just a little bit early. but I do like how it pulled back, and then I like the explosion. That was a nice little push. This is definitely one to. I don't have to draw it. It's definitely over 1 to 3 at the open. So that's two, right? Yeah, there's one there. NQ would have missed it. YM would have hit it. So 2 for 3 so far as openings go. And then Russell. Russell technically was at a level, right? Russell did pull back, and again, it was in there. It's an ugly zone. Whoops. This is quite an ugly zone. Even on the 15-minute, you can see how like there's like gap, 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 gap. I mean, super late night, but it did pull in. So technically, that would be 3 out of 4 of all of them. Again, you're not going to trade the same trade 3 times, but yeah. I think Russell's probably in some trouble though once they start really talking about the interest rates. Russell is not the weakest; it's kind of in the middle of the pack, right? NQ is up 1.7, which again I expected NQ and Tesla to be up today. You know, no news is good news, but I think all news is good news for Tesla. Um, Tesla having quite the morning, right? It's done nothing but go straight up. Elon is a bad guy, Tesla, and then yeah, straight up. So not really surprised that NQ is up there. It's right at that reversal level though. We'll see if the profit taking kicks in now. So, all right, let's see what the number was. Give us the official total. Whoops, I got to go to yellow. Crude oil. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got? Holy crap, 9.4. Wow. That's much higher than expected. So, yeah, we were up 6 last week. Not that one. Last week, we were off by 5. This week, they were off by 8. So, good thing that we're releasing all that oil from the Strategic Oil Reserve. Good thing. It's really helping. Let's see what oil's doing. Yeah, pop down. That's an enormous. Oh damn it! Is it gonna grab that one? Look at that! Look at that! It drove all the way down to the bottom one. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, blow through, and it's justified. I mean, that's an enormous miss. Man, look at that one up top. That's the one we're looking for. Look at that. That was the 50% would have been it. So we can take it off now. We don't need the 1 minute. Yeah, I didn't think this was gonna have the ability to hold, but it is funny. I wonder if it's out. I don't think it's out already. No, it's probably not out already. Let's see. Not, I'm just curious, but like I said, did not like the setup at all. No, 1 to 3 is up here. 1 to 3 basically brings it up to the gap. Right there. There's your 1 to 3. Let's see if it hits. We'll put on a 5 minute. How about that as a draw? And I didn't draw that today. This is an old draw. I was like, yeah, I can't get down there. So we'll see. But yeah, whew, huge. Let's see if they're gonna. Is there a news article on that one yet? Let's see. I was hoping to see if we'd have it over here. But wow, good thing that we're releasing all this oil, right? Good thing we're producing all that. We have all this extra oil in reserves. We can just replace Russia overnight. I love this. So all we're doing is building supply now. So we'll see. Way to hurt oil companies, right? There you go. Trade is officially out. Boom. How about that for news trade? So, like I said, didn't like that one for the new setup. This was one that we talked about earlier, being another level of basing. So, but it's out. There's your 1 to 3. How about that, boys and girls? It is done. And that's where the original draw was. Actually, I guess the original draw came from the 15. No, I guess it came from the 5. Yeah, it came from the 5. So there you go. But it is out. But yeah, not necessarily positive. Again, for oil, it is technically fundamentally weak news for oil having that much additional supply. Obviously, what does that mean for us? Gas is still at quite highs, and 101.65. It's like whatever. Hurt oil companies. Yeah, I mean, come on, right? I mean, talk to James. His boys are going to turn all the switches off at this point, right? They're gonna turn the switches off. Be like, oh my god, we have 9 million barrels extra. You know, I don't know. I wonder how many extra barrels we need in supply. Right? I wonder how many extra barrels we need in supply before we'll take no imports. Right? I'm sure there's a number. There's got to be a number. I don't know. I'm sure there's only so much additional inventory we could take. right? But the question goes back to it again: is if we have 9 million barrels, like you know, OPEC is going to look at this and be like, "What?" Right? What? I don't know. Like you said, it's the man is there. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it rallying, guys. Look at it rallying. Let them hurt for once. Oh, they're not going to hurt. That was completely like, yeah, they're not going to get hurt. This is the funniest part. Yeah, right? You're like, oh my God, we have 10 million extra barrels of oil, right? And you're seeing price rise. People are like, what the heck is going on? Everybody and their brother that has no idea what they're doing is shorting this trade right now. Right? They're going short, 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 sell, sell, sell. And it's like, oh my God, this hurts. Right? So, it's called market manipulation. This shows you how much Biden's economic staff really understands about oil. So, yeah, they're doing the best, right? Doing the best. All right, it is 10:36. I got to start moving. I got to get the boys ready for their school interview, whatever it is. Ernest won yesterday, so Ernest will be going for 100. Everybody else is going for 50 today. Ernest is going in big. He's like, I know I won yesterday. I'm going in big today. I'm going to risk 40 to make 100. Right, a little bit over 2 to 1. What's up, buddy? Buddy? What's up, buddy? Buddy? Here, here. You want this? You want this? All right. Looks like nobody's going to stand up to Ernest today. Neuro's going weak. Sean's going low. No Briggs today. No Wildman. And everybody's in. So let's see. Has Ernest bought it with statistics? Because that's all we can say, right? It's statistics. Winner of today's drawing is Ernest. He got it. He had a what? A 38% chance. So again, it's called having statistics on your side. Ernest, let's get you your 100. Look at this. It was really, really close between him and Neuro. And now Neuro's being a softie, letting Ernest get a little bit of space again. I don't know. Maybe this is all part of his plan. Maybe he's letting him get out there so victory will be even sweeter. Maybe that's what it is. I could see that happening. That's something that Neuro would do, right? Something he would do. But yeah, look at that. I'm glad that we had to release. So what? Since our last reading, where we had 5 million more barrels, right? The Strategic Oil Reserve would have released 7 more million barrels, right? Because it's 1 million barrels a day. So since they've made that announcement, let's see, 6 minus 1. Yeah, we're up like we're still producing more at a surplus, even not even adding those in there. So it's funny. Use that math, guys. Since they approved it, right? It's what, 5, basically 5 here, right? We expected to have 1, so plus 5, plus 8, so plus 13. So yeah, I wonder if can we break 10 next week? What if we could break 10? That'd be kind of crazy. I want to see if we can beat 10 next week. All right, with that said, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys back tomorrow morning. If I don't die tonight at lacrosse, we will see. But I'll do my best. So with that said, thank you guys for joining me today. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, and again same time. On YouTube on Nix's channel at 8:45 to 9, and at 9:30 we'll be back on here. So thank you guys again. I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care.